What's up? I'm Ayla.
Hi, I'm Beth Ann.
And this is Let's Talk BL, a boys love podcast.
Welcome back. We're back again with a series Sunday, the day of the week where we talk all things one series and one series only, full of spoilers with our expert opinion. So if you haven't seen Gameboys the Movie, click away, come back later, or risk being spoiled.
Yeah, by popular request,
Yes.
if you have stuck with us, you know that after we released Gameboys the series Sunday, we had people in the comments, we had people on Twitter, people were demanding to know what we thought of the movie. And so we're here to deliver. Huge shout out to Idea First Company for setting up with us an additional international screening, because we actually were able to hang out with 25 of you guys, 25 listeners that we hooked up through Idea First Company to make sure we all got to see the movie. So we're here to deliver on our promise to talk about the movie. And it's even more special because it truly is expert opinion. We have a very special guest to help us out.
Yes, we were first introduced to him as the super helpful best friend by day, naughty neighbor by night. Some people call it Gameboys Alt. We know it's Gameboys After Dark. Please welcome Miggy Jimenez.
Hi everyone. Good morning, good evening to everyone watching. I'm excited. I'm super nervous to be here, but yeah, I know it's gonna be fun. So yeah, I've been waiting for this. So game.
You
Hi
get to talk
guys.
about the movie.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Have you guys watched it? How many times have you guys watched it? Yeah.
I mean, listen, we had a 24-hour viewing window. So the movie was an hour and 47 minutes long, divided by 24. No, just kidding.
Although I will say with the time difference, the 24 hours started at like 8 a.m. our time, and we both have like full-time jobs. So we didn't get to watch it until like the end of the day. So yeah, we had a very like small amount of time.
But we did get 2 screenings out of it. I think if I was counting my views, I'm probably around 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
So how was it?
Having missed the first screening, it was pretty special that we got what we did the second time around.
So how was it? How was the movie?
We loved it, and we're gonna get into it today. Trust us.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you, for the support and love that you've given us, and I know endless thank yous, and I hope to meet you guys soon in person, right? I mean, I would love that.
Yeah,
we would love that. I can't wait to do that. So, as is our tradition, before we get into the nitty gritty of Series Sunday, which it is coming, guys, we're going to stick with our tradition of playing a little game, as we do with all of our guests. This game is called Lost in Translation. We're going to get lit with Lost in Translation. Get it? Because Lost in Translation spells lit. Get it? L-I-T. That's my joke. It's my joke of the day.
Alo is very excited about that joke.
Anyways, if it's your first time playing Lost in Translation, your first time here with us, the deal is we scoured the internet for fun facts that people put online about Miggy. And we're going straight to the source to find out what's true, what's false, what got lost in translation. So, as our resident Wesley fan, she is truly the biggest Wesley fan. We've gotten in debates a time or two because anybody who watched our Kyle Volino interview knows I am a Terrence fan. almost embarrassingly so.
Yeah.
So because Beth Ann,
when that hits the internet, yeah.
Beth Ann loves Wesley so much, I'm gonna let Beth Ann take away Lost in Translation. Beth Ann, I'm gonna let you do this one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Okay.
Okay, so we got your full name is Miguel Jimenez. True or false?
Okay. Well, half true. Okay. Can I say that?
Okay.
Can I say
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My full name is Enrico Michael Aguado Jimenez. Why is it Miggy? Of course, it's from Miguel. There's a story behind it. Well, quick, let me sum it up. It's because when my mother gave birth, of course, to Wesley,
oh my God,
it was in the hospital, so she was resting. So my mom and dad had an agreement that Enrico will come to my to my grandfather on my father's side. So Enrico, and then Miguel will come from my grandfather, which is on my mother's side. But surprisingly, my dad changed it without telling my mom. So so it was supposed to be Miguel. That's why it's Miggy. That's why it's Miggy Jimenez. So,
Oh.
but yeah, I mean, so I have two names, but my screen name is Miguel. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Miguel Jimenez. That's why it's Miggy. But the true story is Mikhail. My official name is Mikhail.
So what does your family call you Miggy?
Yeah, they do. I have nicknames like Dudong, Mingoy. Yeah, that's what they call me. Yeah, but
Gotcha.
that's a story about Miguel and Mikhail.
Awesome, awesome.
That's the
Love
first time.
it.
That's the first time that I said this on a show. So you're the first one hearing this. So yeah.
An exclusive.
That's
Love
what I
nabbing an
love.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay, so your birthday is January 23rd, 1999.
Big fact.
Awesome.
Big
Truth.
fact.
True. Very
Truth.
close to my birthday. My birthday is
Oh, what's your
January
birthday?
January 19th.
Oh, so you're Aquarius also, right?
I'm like the day of the cutoff of Capricorn.
She's a Capricorn Aquarius
half.
cusp. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you the year. 'Cause it's
Okay.
nowhere close to yours.
I mean, you look 18, so
Oh, thank you.
right?
Listen, I feel like telling him that I was a Wesley fan at the beginning of this was a good thing.
Yeah. He's being super nice to you. This is the equivalent of getting carded, right? Like,
No, I mean, you look younger than me. I mean, both of you look younger
Continue.
than me, so no big deal.
a charmer on the podcast.
Yes. Listen, we're already fans. You don't need to convince
Yeah,
us.
it's fine. You got us.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the fact that has lots of contention with every actor that we have interviewed. Your height is 5'9".
What do you guys think? Before I answer the question, what do you guys think?
Okay. I have an idea because here's why. We just interviewed Kyle Volino, who, of course, you have many scenes with in the movie.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just like had
So
a whole
we-
theory about this.
I have a whole theory because we
Okay.
see you guys standing next to each other, and we know
Oh,
how
yeah, we
tall
do.
Kyle told us he is. So, based on your answer, we know one of you is maybe telling a half truth, is what I'm saying.
So what do you guys think? So who's taller?
I think you're taller.
Okay. How about you, Bethan?
I think you're taller too.
Okay, it's not a fact.
Okay, so
Okay,
he's
so tell
taller
us,
than me
tell
like
us.
an inch. Yeah. So basically we tried checking it while we were shooting the movie. So we were
Love that.
arguing. We were arguing who's taller. And then we had to check. I mean the official
Of course.
the height. So he's taller than me. So he's 5'9" and I'm 5'8".
Okay.
So that's the fact.
Gotcha. Okay, we've been corrected.
See,
But
I will
thank you,
say
I appreciate your theory though. I mean, thank you. I'm
Right, 'cause
flattered.
Because in the movie, when he like pushes you against the
the
wall,
wall
he like is lower than you, but probably
Right.
because he's like leaning forward.
leaning.
Yeah, understandable.
True.
The whole
Yeah.
thing.
Anyways,
Let's get into the bio. Okay. Miggy Jimenez is a Filipino actor, brand endorser, host, and model. True or false?
Ooh, I'd love to be a model. Like, I mean, I'd love to. Like brand ambassador, I hope so. I hope so soon, maybe. But yeah, the big fact is I'm an actor and a filmmaker because I graduated. I finished digital filmmaking in College of St. Benilde, so here in the Philippines.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Okay. For the television show Trepang Pachi, he won Best Children's Show Host together with the other main hosts of the show from the Philippine Movie Press Club Star Awards for Television in 2013 and 2014. True or false?
True. It's a big fact. Actually, it's a group. It's a show before for. It's a kiddie show.
Yeah.
It's like a group of friends. Because there's a popular candy here in the Philippines. It's called pochi. It's a strawberry gummy, sugar coated candy. It's really good. It's a classic candy, and they made it into a show, which is
Oh, interesting.
yeah, they tackle everything about life, about lessons, and it helped me, grow as an artist. I actually I got my puberty stage there. I was there the five
But we've
years.
seen the photos.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Don't show it though. I mean,
We won't release the
We
photos.
won't show them, but everybody has access to Google. So
I was gonna say we did extensive research for this episode, and so yeah, we've got photos. We've got some photos. There's
There's
some
a
baby
Facebook
Miggy photos
page.
out there.
There's some
yeah,
YouTube videos.
young one. I was really young way back, and it's really fun. Yeah, I treasure every moment that I had with that show. Yeah, but thank you for knowing that. I mean, no, I mean some of the info about it. I think you can't be able to search it or look it up online. So you guys were able to find it. I mean, thank you for the acknowledgement. Thank you so much.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a big deal. You're an award winner. Come on.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're going to keep it moving along with some fun facts. And these are just little fun facts. Fans like to talk about the things that you like. So, number one, you're a sneakerhead. True or false?
Woo! Yeah, I'm a huge sneakerhead. Because I've been a fan of Jordans, specifically Jordans, way back when I was young. But I had to stop because I need funds for college, so I had to sell everything. And then now I'm slowly trying to get back on my pace, and I'm trying to take it slowly because it's really expensive, though.
Yeah.
Are you guys a fan of sneakers as well?
I am.
You
This
are.
closet you see behind us, all sneakers.
Okay. Oh, I thought they were K-pop albums.
Yeah, the little door next to it, if you open that door, that is full of sneakers.
Okay, nice. That's good to know.
So
How about you,
I
Bethan?
liked this fact. I liked this fact a lot. So
I-
now that you're building them back up, tell me what's your favorite pair you have?
Yeah.
You want me to show you right now?
Yes,
Go
let's
for
do
it.
it.
Okay. Okay, there's a quick story. I won this like a week wait, 2 weeks before, I think. I won the Travis Scott fragment, this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I won this at SRP, and it's the prices are going up.
Yeah.
They're crazy. This one also, the Jordan 1 Mocha.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite pair. I mean, you can't go wrong with these. So
A classic.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How about you? What's your favorite pair? You
Yeah.
and Bethan, what's your favorite pair?
Beth Ann, do you?
I don't. I'm a
You don't?
basketball fan, not exactly a sneakerhead.
Okay, I mean that's another story.
Yeah.
That's another conversation I want to talk about.
Yeah, I will say that Michael Jordan, not my favorite player, as I'm a Duke University fan. I'm from North Carolina,
Yeah.
so not a big UNC fan, which might not be. A
Well,
great
I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. I respect
So
that.
I have a pair of the first Travis Scott Jordans, the ones with the pink.
Oh, the
'cause,
brown one. The Mocha.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Because he's from where I'm from, and so I jumped on that real quick
Oh my
when
gosh.
that came out, and it was very hard to get. It was like one of those things because when the drops, like you gotta be on
Yeah,
top of it.
that's
Sometimes
true.
it works and sometimes it doesn't. That
Yeah.
particular time, it worked for me.
Well, I mean, luck. Well, congrats on the W.
It's luck. It's luck.
Yeah, because you gotta keep trying. You know what? Kokoy, and Kitch, who plays Achilles. We always talk about sneakers, and we try to take advantage of all the raffles to get the SRP, the retail
Love
price.
that.
Because
Yeah.
we it's too expensive. It's not practical to actually spend a lot of money just for sneakers. I mean, you do love it, but you gotta be, practical as much
You have
as
to be
possible.
reasonable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. I mean, true. I agree with
Yeah.
that.
Okay, next fun fact. You're a Blink and your bias is Jenny. True or false?
It's too obvious. Yeah. I mean, I think it's all over my feed. Like
I know, we just wanted to make you talk about Jenny.
well, I love
We're big
her so
K-pop
much.
fans, so we
Oh,
appreciate
you
that.
are. So you're Blink as well. You're
Yeah.
Blink as well. Okay. Wow. Hi, fellow Blinks.
Yeah, my bias is Lisa though, so we're not exactly the same. Yeah.
Well, OT4. I mean, we love them all. I mean,
Yeah.
but there's gotta be someone gonna stand out. I think it's normal. It's okay. I feel like 'cause
Yeah.
you gotta support all of them, right? But
Right.
of course, the bias won't. I mean, it's not gonna be impossible to have to not have a bias. So mine's Jenny, and then my wrecker is, well, before it was Park Chae-young, but now I'm getting into Lisa. So
Okay.
yeah.
Love it. So this next fun fact is another one that just I brought in on a personal level. You're a guy directioner. True or false?
Woo! Like 1,000, 1,000,000% fact. Yeah, I'm proud to
I
say
love
it
it.
because uh well, it's sad because I've been waiting for their rumored reunion. Well, I feel like I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up anymore, but I'm still here to support each and individual's career. Like I mean, especially like Zayn, even though it's heartbreaking because
Listen.
there's a quick story behind it because I watched their concert here in the Philippines, and it well, sad because it's their first concert without Zayn, so I didn't get to see him. But anyway, you were saying Ayla. I'm too sad right now.
Clearly, we need
I
to
know.
work through some
Listen,
things. With that whole
this
situation.
after we finish recording, you and I can have like a directioner support group because I also am a directioner. I understand where you're coming from on the Zayn front. Back in the day when they had the pop-up store in New York City, I literally
Mhm.
walked through the streets of New York City carrying around a cardboard cutout of Zayn that I bought. This is a true story. One time I did this crazy thing where I spent 24 hours in a mall winning meet and greet tickets. So I did get to meet all of them. That was crazy, but it was like a 24-hour situation. You had to like wait and just hope
Yeah.
that you got the ticket. So I'm with you. We can have a support group together after we record.
Well, I mean, wow. I mean, like meet and greet, as in like
Yeah.
in person, like face to
Yeah.
face. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like I don't know what to do if I was in your place.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it was a lot. It was a lot. It was crazy. So I'm from Texas and it gets very hot here. And
Mhm.
so on the day of the actual meet and greet, it was outside and we had to wait for like 12 hours or something crazy like that. Like people were like fainting. It was crazy, but yes, eventually I was in a room with all of them. The thing where you like walk down the line and you say hello to them and they like sign your stuff. So yeah, it was
I'm so
crazy.
jealous. What year was this?
God,
What
this
album?
was back when they were promoting What Makes You Beautiful. So first album, it was when the yearbook edition had first come out. Yeah.
Yo, I'm so jealous. Like I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm so jealous. I mean,
He like
Stop.
immediately turns this off and
oh
walks
my
away.
gosh, the OG version.
OG, yeah.
Mhm. Damn.
We vibe.
Lucky.
Me and Miggy, we vibe. Like we're for sure.
Nice.
So good.
Okay, so that was Lost in Translation. Super fun edition of, I think the most fun edition of Lost in Translation we've had yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Beth Ann?
So, we got some good information.
Fun.
It was
So,
enjoyable.
we're going to get down to Series Sunday because what we're here to talk about today is Gameboys the Movie. And so, as usual with Series Sunday, before we get into it, we're going to run through the cast and a quick synopsis.
Okay, so we're talking Gameboys the Movie. We have Elijah Canlis as Cairo, Cahoy DeSantos as Gabriel, Kyle Valino as Terrence, Miggy Jimenez as Wesley, Adriana So as Pearl, and
Queen.
Kish Minamoto as Achilles.
Yeah.
The synopsis. Gamers turned lovers Cairo and Gabrielle spend time together a few weeks before Cairo returns to his province. Their relationship is tested as they have to deal with distance, the pandemic, fate, and circumstance.
Solid.
Solid synopsis.
Yeah.
Love
Thank
it.
you,
So,
guys.
I
I
feel,
mean,
yeah.
it's so good to actually hear you guys, spreading the love and the word, and I don't know. I'm just it's an overflowing, feeling and emotions, which is I hope we did our part, getting you guys affected and getting you guys hooked. I hope I just know I just want to say that I can't wait for you guys to watch season 2 though. I mean,
Yeah.
Neither
So-
can we. Okay, we're going to talk about the movie, but before we do, we can address the elephant in the room, which, again, if you've been listening along with the podcast, also, we got in some debates on TikTok with listeners about this because we mentioned this earlier. I'm a big Terrence fan. I like Terrence. What are you gonna do? I like Kyle. What are you gonna do? I like Terrence has layers. I like he's a layered person. Beth Ann loves Wesley. She trusted Wesley. She was like, I get him.
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
But we interviewed Kyle. If you're listening to this podcast the week it came out, this means last week the Kyle episode came out. You can go hear this. We had a whole conversation with Kyle about how Terrence is a changed man. He says this. He says this to me.
Yeah.
And then that season 2 trailer came out. And I looked real stupid after those scenes came out. So
Well,
He
you know
can't be
what,
trusted.
Ayla?
Terrence
I
cannot be
can-
trusted.
Well, I can imagine your reaction seeing that specific scene. So, I mean,
Listen. I'm a good judge of character. Just saying.
I also can't wait to see season 2. Maybe I'll be vindicated because everyone immediately was in my inbox like, hey, Ayla, I know you like Terrence, but did you see this?
So good.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Let's get into the movie before we start talking about
Yes.
season 2 because we're gonna get there. So we've talked about this when we talked about Series Sunday with the series. It took us a minute because Gameboys the series came out last year, and for us as BL fans, it took a while for us to get to Game Boys. It's something that like I had seen on Netflix, but it like, there's so much programming that it's like, I'll get to it eventually. And so finally I did. And I got through like a first couple of episodes and then I was hooked. And I was like, Ayla, you have to watch this. It's so good. I'm so excited for you to see this. Like I had watched one other Pinoy BL. And so like I hadn't seen a ton, but the ones that I have seen, like I've absolutely loved. And so then when we saw the movie, which we were so fortunate to see after our series Sunday came out, and we were like, we hadn't seen the movie. We finally got to see the movie. So the biggest difference between the movie and the series, we go from seeing the characters interact on screen on a screen to interacting in person. So what was it like to go from a virtual dynamic and chemistry to an in-person dynamic with your fellow cast members?
Well, Bethan, it's really hard to shoot just using, this app called Zoom.
We've heard.
It's really hard because as an actor, usually we just go into the location and study our lines and prepare for the scene. But with this one, so we had to shoot alone. So we had to do everything, the camera, the focus, lighting, and of course the production design. We had to fix everything, all the props. But it was all good because we got all the help we needed from the good team of Game Boys, which is Direct Ivan. Um, he guided us all throughout. And now shooting in person for the movie, it was really fulfilling because it actually felt pretty weird at first because it felt like we were used to it already, shooting via Zoom. But of course, we had to take advantage of all the time we had shooting in person. And of course, it was very different, and it was easier. Of course, we get to see face to face our our partners, because I don't know, it really felt different with the relationship, with the interaction. The build up was easier because we get to bond, we got to hang with all of the cast and crew. So it was really fulfilling, and we were so proud that we got to shoot already in person, and we got to show everyone the outcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
props to you guys as actors, because as fans, we don't see a huge difference in chemistry from that first season to the movie. If anything, like, of course you guys build on it. So after talking to Kyle and after talking to Elijah, it's so interesting to then you think, oh right, like you didn't necessarily get to like kind of go back and forth with your actors in the first season. Whereas like in the movie, you are able to work.
You can feed
It's
off of
true.
each other.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. Cause every scene that we do, so we got different schedule per day. Like example, Direct will shoot all of my scenes on Mondays, and so we're not gonna shoot simultaneously.
Right.
So someone's gonna read, like example, if Terrence is with me in that scene, someone will read the lines of Terrence. So I would just look at the camera without a person in it, and that's the big challenge of it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think as fans, for us watching the movie as viewers, there I think is kind of a shift in chemistry, because that's true of any relationship, right? So like
True.
people, even for us, people we work with, like in our day jobs, when we go see them in person, that chemistry, just natural human chemistry, is different on a screen versus in person. And I think what's cool about the movie is you kind of get to see these characters address that shift almost, especially with Wesley and Terrence, because their whole thing was born on a screen, right? Like all of Wester was born on a screen for sure. So you do get to see them sort of like grapple with that, like in person chemistry. I think as viewers, it is different. And I think it's cool that like the story kind of addresses it, which I like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's really fun because being with a partner like Kyle, it was really easy because we got to vibe right away. Like what you said with your coworkers, right? It's really different when you get to see them face to face. It's the vibe is there, the energy. It really helps you to actually grow and build your what do you call this, your motivation to do the scenes, your dedication. It works more if you're with your teammates because you gotta help each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about sort of the plot of Game Boys the movie and how it stands out against Game Boys season 1, I think for me as a viewer, what was super interesting is that everything almost flips. So in season 1, we see such a big focus on Cairo and what he's going through. And in the movie, it's all about Gav and kind of like what he's going through. It's a very, very focused on Gav. And then it's sort of the same thing where with Game Boys Alt, it's all sort of told from Terrence's point of view. And we see a lot of what Terrence is going through. And Terrence is kind of like the bad guy, right? If you look at it in season 1. But in the movie, like Wesley is kind of painted as the bad guy and kind of has given Terrence a taste of his own medicine. And so I think for me, what makes the plot of the movie stand out against season 1 is that flip. That it's like we got to see in season 1 all of this development for half the characters, and then season 2 we get to see the other half. What stood out for you when you were sort of filming, and the difference when you were reading through the plots, right? Because you got scripts, so you got to sort of react to it and see it before you even filmed it.
Well, you know what, Ailda, understanding Wesley's character, I feel like it was not intentional by ghosting, Terrence, because he had a lot of he had a lot of bag to carry for his life, especially for his career path. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what he want. So I feel like it's a conflict between jumping into having a relationship with Terrence. I feel like, I mean, he agreed, right? I mean, he actually said, Wesley said that he likes Terrence, right? He said that, but there's a limit. There's a barrier. There's a huge wall, a barrier that keeps him away. But he really wants to go and jump for that person, but he just can't because he doesn't know what to do. So he's really messed up. And I feel like I can relate to him as Wesley and my own, I mean myself. I feel like I can relate to him because I feel like we all go through that phase, but we don't know what to do. We don't know what we want, and eventually we figure it out. So, and that's something that stood out because it's something that's good. The term that you gave us, giving the taste of his own medicine. Yeah,
Yeah.
but not intentionally. So I think that's my.
Exactly.
I think that's what I think. It's not intentional, but yeah, I feel like that's another lesson for Terrence.
Yeah. Ayla loves to talk about how Terrence has layers and how he's
Mm-hmm.
like a deep character. Uh,
How deep?
so so we also
Honestly.
see
Listen.
we also see that Wes has layers. There's a lot going on. We get a little bit of a hint in that like confrontation that Wes and Terrence have outside, where Wes is like trying to explain kind of why he went through that situation. So that's kind of where you also see that shift in the movie from Wes, who's introduced as like the best friend, like the guy who's looking out for Cairo. And now you kind of get portrayed as maybe like a bad guy or a guy with layers, as Ayla likes to call them. So
I
did
will
you
stand by my man's, okay? I'm like, do not test me, Bethany.
so so did you enjoy kind of that shift in like you now kind of are more dynamic?
Well, you know what? I'm trying to enjoy as much as possible every feedback coming from the fans, cause I feel like if they hate my character, I feel like it's effective. If they love the character, it's also effective. So it's a love hate relationship between me and Wesley. Um, but yeah, I feel like Wesley is just misunderstood. Um, cause he's the type of person that will say everything that he has in mind and will not stop, even though he's a bit sensitive. I mean, insensitive. Sorry, insensitive. He doesn't care if what others think. He says everything he feels, everything he thinks, which is that makes him, that separates him from Terrence. He's very outspoken, so I feel like the dynamics was really good with this movie because I got to explore another part of Wesley, which is he wasn't there wasn't a bit there wasn't a good explanation from season one for Wesley's
Right.
character.
Yeah.
He wasn't really that what do you call this? Yeah, full character
Right.
build up. So with
Right.
this
He didn't really
movie,
have as much of an arc as
yeah,
like you would traditionally see.
that's true. I agree with that. So basically, this movie gave him a chance to show what he really feels and who is Wesley.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I will say even like I am a Terrence fan, but I think one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is the one it's very close to the start where Terrence is sitting on the couch watching TV and Wesley comes and sits next to him and there's this sort of like tussle about like why are you sitting next to me, which is like hilarious to me. I think that is like so funny. And then that's when what's interesting to me is that Terrence becomes unreasonable, which like Wes is portrayed as the unreasonable one, but Terrence becomes unreasonable in that moment because he just keeps saying over and over again, it like he's like, but I'm mad at you, basically. It's like what he's saying. He's like, but I'm still mad at you. And I just think that's a genius scene because it's a serious conversation, but it's playful and it's funny, and you get to see a lot of pieces of the characters without a whole lot of like deep dialogue. So I think that's a really cool scene.
You know what? Because it's something. This is my own theory. Because it jumped from 13.5, the out episode, and then here's the movie.
Yeah.
So there's a huge jump. There's a huge space for a story. What happened between Terrence and Wesley? So what's the tension between them? So now, I feel like that's the advantage for the fans to make their own theory. So what may have happened to make Terrence to make Terrence feel this treatment from Wesley, right? I mean, what was your theory?
I mean, so I have more questions than theories, because you bring up a good point. We don't get to see sort of like the middle pieces, but there's a question that goes unanswered very early on in the movie that we actually, so I mentioned we got to do a private international block screening. 25 of our listeners got to watch it along with us. And we all talked about the movie afterwards, just like as fans talking about like what was the experience. And one thing that came up that everyone picked up on was when Wesley appears, right? When Gav is out jogging and he runs into Wes, Gav asks him, he's like, why are you here? And the only answer that Wes gives him is like, oh, well, London gave me the address. He never actually says why he's there, right? It goes unanswered. And everyone picked up on that, which I thought was really interesting. So everybody's curious. And so I think what happened between them in those middle pieces, if we get an answer to that question of why are you here, that answers like those middle pieces. Because he's obviously there to like make some sort of amends.
Okay, I won't be agreeing to anything.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. So I'm just trying to hear you guys out. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. So let's see, right? And it's something to look forward to.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. So do you have a team where Team Wes or Team Terrence? Or you kind of like, do you see
We've talked a lot about which teams we are on. You as Miggy,
Okay.
Terrence or Wes?
Yes.
Whew. You know what? It's really fun. I'm trying to imagine it. I feel like it's really fun to portray Terrence. Because I don't know, because every time I watch a movie or series, I always get hooked by the antagonist. I'm not always on the protagonist side because not because of the character. Sometimes it's also about the actor portraying it, like how good the performance, the nuances, everything. Well, basically watching Terrence as Kyle, I feel like it's fun, to be honest, place to portray Terrence, and that's something I wanna, maybe if I was given a chance, yeah, Terrence. I'd love to play Terrence. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say Kyle does an excellent job portraying Terrence, because when we interview him, there's a distaste for Terrence that like I can't cover up. I feel like the fans will see that. No offense to Kyle, he is like the nicest person.
Kyle's wonderful.
He was very great, but I was like, okay, these are not this character is not this person. We are grown-ups, we are intelligent, we can separate the two.
Yeah.
But it was very hard because I do not like Terrence.
Okay.
Don't worry, I saved the interview. It's fine.
I love your debate. I love your Team West and Team Wesley debate ongoing.
Yeah.
Ongoing, because again, like we said at the beginning, I looked like a real fool when that season 2 trailer came out. I mean, come on now. But so all of that being said, I do want to talk about kind of a question that we asked when we were just chatting with other fans, which is, who's your favorite character in the Game Boys world as a whole? And did the movie change it? Because we saw there was like this flip from the series to the movie, and we get deeper and we get new chemistries and we get all of this like new information. So in the Game Boys world as a whole, who's your favorite character and did it change?
Wow. I have to give it to Pearl. I have to give it to Pearl. She gives a different energy. Not just with seeing it as a viewer, but being on set with Adriana, she gives a whole new energy that separates from us. That he grabs us by her energy. It really helped us to do the scene, especially when she's there. You can feel the queen energy, and that's something it amazes me watching Adriana to portray as Pearl. I feel like a lot of the fans of Game Boys, they love Pearl because she's a queen. I mean,
Yeah.
queen.
Yeah.
What we say is that like Pearl is us, because as viewers, when you watch BLs, which is, that's literally the theme of this podcast, right? It's all about BLs. So we watch a lot of BLs, and this thing happens where the boys get in fights, and you're yelling at your screen because they get in stupid fights. Like they're just not communicating. They're
just
doing
need to
dumb
talk to each
stuff.
other.
Just
Yeah.
talk to each other. And you're yelling at your screen, like, just talk.
Yeah.
And Pearl does the thing that as a viewer, you wish you could do, where she's like, you're being unreasonable. You're being unreasonable. Like, here's what's going on. Just talk to each other. So I think that's why we all connect with Pearl so much, besides the fact that, yeah, Adriana's amazing. And like beautiful and perfect. But also, she does the thing that we wish we could do.
For sure. For sure.
Well, seeing Pearl on screen, because when I was called to get an audition for Wesley's character, I wasn't informed of I wasn't exposed from to any BL series, so I had to watch Game Boys. So I binge watched it, and I was really hooked. I mean, not just because I was going to be a part of the family, but I was really hooked. I love the story, and the one thing that really caught my attention is Pearl, Adriana. So she was, I don't know, she was really something.
Yeah, she definitely brings a lightness, especially to the series, because the series is pretty heavy with like emotion and drama. And she's like a nice little light, kind of fun addition to those moments.
I feel like we all need Pearl in our life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, how females are portrayed in BLs is not always favorable, but this is definitely
Susan is one very good example of this.
yeah. But yeah, she's definitely like a great character, even through the movie, that we appreciate kind of her dynamic character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about the question of did your favorite character change when you watched the movie? For me personally, I always identified more with Cairo than Gavriel if I'm looking at both of them together, which kind of like you said, Miggy, it's about like relatability. It's like, who do you sort of relate to on a personal level?
Yes.
For me, it was always Cairo. Like I had the exact same reactions of like, I don't know, this boy is sus, and I don't know if I trust him. Like, I had the same reactions that Cairo had. But, like, in the movie, because you get to see so much more, like, deepness, and you get to see the background of Gav, and, I mean, truly, Kahoy kills it. That scene when Terrence and Wesley and Kill are, like, having their argument because there's a confrontation, and it sort of all hits Gav at once, which is like, he's a people pleaser, right? Like he in order for him to be happy, everyone else around him needs to be happy, and like that is a part of his character. And so when it's all just sort of going down the drain and he just breaks down because it's like one straw too many, I mean, that scene is so powerful and crazy good. And the confrontation with Aunt Susan when he finally goes and says to her, like, that's not my friend, that's my boyfriend, and he like those two scenes, Kahoy really, really, like, I knew Kahoy was a great actor and I liked him a lot, but in those moments, I felt like I understood Gav a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had the opposite reaction because for me, I didn't so much love Cairo in the first season because he's like super emotional. I'm not that type of person, so I can't relate to that. I was like, Gav, I got Gav. And so it switched for the movie where you see more depth to Cairo and you see him like emotionally mature in like an important way. And not that I liked Gav any less, but Cairo definitely like steps it up in the movie, which is fun to watch.
They
Still
went
like,
off. They went off. I mean,
yeah.
believe it or not, we were watching them behind the scene, like doing the intense scenes. It was really amazing, and I was really inspired, to as an actor, like watching them do the scenes. It was really, I don't know what to say. They went off. They went crazy. I said, like, hands down.
Yeah.
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 I've said before, I think Kahoy as a person is an experience, not so much a person. And I feel like this just like elevated that. I was like, yeah, okay, I get it now. I am very curious to know because another very important part of the movie that's a departure from the series, if we're, rating, reviewing, thinking about the movie, is the soundtrack. And I think one of the best songs is Wesley and Terrence on the front balcony when they like hold hands, right? When they like have, right? There's like, Terrence is no longer super mad. He's like, okay, fine. Like, right.
I mean, when
Wes
Wes is in
has
front of
broken
you,
him
you can't
down.
stay mad for long.
Wes has broken him down. But I think the song that plays there is amazing. That's one of my favorite songs in the movie. I'm curious, do you have a favorite song or like a favorite song paired with a scene?
So I have to be I have to be honest. That scene on the balcony when we were drinking coffee, that's my favorite scene. Doing with Kyle, because I was just giddy all the time as Miggy, not Wesley anymore. I was giddy. I had goosebumps while doing the scene, and surprisingly, while doing the scene, I was because I'm used to think of I used to think of a soundtrack, a specific song, just to play in my head, to help me get through, and especially when it's a kilig moment. Um, well, surprisingly, I was imagining that Nangangamba by Zach Tabludo. I was imagining that
That's
song
wild.
without anyone telling me in the production that's going to be used as a OST for our moment. And now that it was showed in the movie, I was surprised and I was speechless because I had to tell everyone that I
You're
was
like, who's in
imagining
my
the
head?
song. Yeah, I was imagining the song while doing the scene, and then you used it. I mean, wow! So I was speechless, and
Yeah.
it's a great song. I agree. It's a
Yeah.
great song. It's a beautiful song.
I think it was in that moment that I was like, I can't wait to go download this soundtrack. That's
Yeah.
when I was like, yeah, this music is killing it.
Yeah. I have listened to the soundtrack on repeat every day this week. I bike to and from work, so like it has
Aw.
truly, and it's funny because the emotion and just like the ability that this movie had to really tie in these songs. Like when a song comes on, I like can very vividly picture like the scene that it was played against, and I like I'm trying not to cry while like riding my bike down the street where I'm like
Well, you know what? The message of the song really fits the situation of Terrence and Wesley. So I don't, it really it fell into place, which is perfect.
Will
Yeah.
you tell us kind of like the overall message of the song? Because obviously, so our podcast is mostly geared towards English speakers or people who
Yeah.
do, So, I feel like we get emotion in music and we know, but like talk us through the song since
the
you mention
lyric.
it, since you
Yeah.
bring it up.
Well, Nangangamba is just about someone trying to catch what do you call that? Desperate, like to get someone who's trying to push you away and who keeps on pushing you away, and then just asking like, what's the problem? You just have to you just have to tell the truth. Like, yeah, you just have to tell me what you really feel. And because if you don't, I might I might just leave because there's nothing to do with trying. So if you don't tell me as soon as possible what you really feel, I might be gone. It might change, but in the end, it's still it's the point of view of Wesley. That's why I really picked the song. Imagining it doing during the scene, because it really meant something for to grab me by the neck, to be honest, to
That's
uh,
so cool.
to catch to catch Kyle, to catch Terrence. It's really hard because we didn't get to shoot the middle, the in between 13.5 and 2 movie, so we had to work it up. So it really helped me with this song.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I think what Beth Ann mentioned about like, yeah, you can't listen to certain songs without thinking about the movie. I mean, the soundtrack, if we're talking about the movie as a whole, um, Cairo and Gav's like last scene before they're leaving after karaoke, the song on that scene, like you probably saw when you came in, we play like what we call hold music, where we just like put YouTube videos on the screen.
Yeah.
So we're not accidentally talking about something we shouldn't be when a guest comes on. And that's on that playlist. And it came on, and I told Beth Ann, I was like, we have to get rid of this song because I will cry. I was like, Miggy's gonna come on the podcast and I'm gonna be like in tears. He's gonna be horrified. He's gonna be like, what happened?
Yeah.
I
That
feel
song
like I
is
do understand because it's just I feel like you get to if you there's an English translation in Google for the nangangamba, so you get to understand more what's the message about this song. It's just about someone not sure and someone who's sure, and it's not connecting. So basically that's it. So if you're not gonna try, if you're not gonna reciprocate the same energy I'm giving, if you can't forgive me, if you can't, so might as well. I might be gone. I might be so. Yeah, I feel like that's it.
well, we love all the songs.
Yes.
They were so
Thank
good.
you.
Okay. So we love the movie. We're huge fans of the movie. One of the other things that we really love about the movie is just like the aesthetic of it. We've talked about this just for other things as well, but like it was shot so beautifully. Like it's visually enjoyable to watch, and that's something like as fans of just kind of all entertainment and media, it just like elevates it to the next level. So going from season 1 where you are on a screen, there's not much dynamic, to then getting this like filmmaking that's just like beautiful to watch throughout kind of all of it, was really enjoyable to see as fans.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you
we
so
really
much.
loved it.
Cause I don't know. It was really a challenge. Cause here in the Philippines, we're only allowed to shoot 12 hours, 14 hours a day, and we can't go beyond 14 hours. We have to stop even though we're in the middle of a scene, and then it's already 14 hours. We have to stop. It's a protocol. So, but we got through it, and hearing the feedback now from you guys, it's really hard. It's a heartfelt moment. Every moment, it's a heartfelt, and I feel like I'll be treasuring this forever.
Yeah, visually it's super dynamic. It's great. It's beautiful to watch. I think, yeah. So, last but not least about the movie specifically, I think we want to point out some pieces of dialogue that were like really important for, again, this is Series Sunday, so we're talking about all things movie. We got to get all those feelings out. For me personally, never loved the whole baby thing. I'm not one for pet names. Like it's not like my personal jam. But when Aunt Susan shows up, who, like, you want to fight her. You do. You want to fight her. But the shift when it happens in the kitchen from baby to bro even as somebody that didn't ever like the baby thing, heartbreaking. Like that is a heartbreaking dialogue change that like, the whole baby thing is important, but until that moment, I think it really hit for everybody. That was
So I
a
can
crazy
yeah,
piece of
so
dialogue.
I can feel the energy that your favorite character is Tita Susan.
Yeah, I love her. Want to go shopping, want to
Really
hang
hope she appears in
out.
season 2.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. It's really heartbreaking. Like I've said this a lot of times. Even though we're a part of the movie, but watching it on screen at home, I'm just like you guys. I'm a fan. I'm just a viewer. Watching and appreciating the craft. Uh, it really meant a lot. It's really different. Being on set and watching it. The final output. It's really different. I can feel what you feel, guys.
Yeah. We
Mhm.
love the movie, which means we're so excited for season 2. So,
Oh no!
without any spoilers, we won't
No
Yeah.
put pressure.
spoilers. We don't
No
Yeah.
want Wes to get
pressure.
written out.
Yeah.
We don't want you to get a memo to get in trouble.
Memo.
But season 2, we're gonna wrap up this episode of Series Sunday. What about season 2 are you most excited to share with fans? Again, no spoilers. A no spoiler review.
Okay. Let me ask you guys first. Uh, what what's your favorite, or maybe what's the jaw dropping moment for you guys in the trailer?
In the
teaser trailer.
trailer.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I have a theory about that Gav Terrence scene, that it's like not real. It's a dream that Cairo's having, because from the trailer, I feel like Cairo's like having kind of like a crisis of faith a little bit. And so that was my guess
I was going to
as
say,
to
yeah, that was a jaw-dropping moment because
situation.
I see where Beth Ann's coming from, because you can see it almost gets like a filter over it. I can see why you think it's a dream sequence, because the shooting style, the filmography is important, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and so like the shooting style, but yeah, I gotta say, as like a Terrence fan, I felt so betrayed. And before that came out, we had talked to Kyle like a week before, and he was like, "Yeah, he's a changed man." I was like, "Lies." You lied to
Ironically, I'm
me.
giving
You
him
lied
the
to my
benefit of the
face.
doubt in season 2.
Yeah, I think that was probably the most, because I feel like as fans for the trailer, when we see Gav and Cairo kind of going through it, we trust their relationship enough to know that like they're gonna come out on the other side of it. I think it's really like Wesley and Terrence that you get both sides, right? You get that moment with Terrence that is so jaw-dropping with Gav, where you're just like, why? Terrence, why? But then you also get, because Wesley and Terrence are sharing a room, this has been set up in the movie, the hilarious scene when the towel drops. And I think we're all super stoked to see where that's going.
Did you expect that?
I mean, it was gonna happen, right? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Well, okay. I mean, no comment with your, because I want to hear you guys. I want to hear you out. Well, I don't know what to say, but
No
yeah,
spoilers, right?
yeah, no spoilers. Because I don't actually, to be honest, I don't want to share any spoiler because I want you guys to enjoy the full experience. Okay. As much as I want to, tell everything, tell all the little tiny deets, but I'm not going to, because I know you're stoked. I know you're really grasping to watch it already. So I will give you the freedom to see it. Clean without any spoiler, because you guys deserve it. Um, I am super excited to for season 2 to come out. That's it.
Is there maybe
Great.
a scene from the trailer that you're excited for everybody to get to see the whole scene?
Woo!
That's a no
Maybe,
spoiler thing, right? Where
yeah.
you're like, I can't wait for everybody to see this all the way through.
Oh my gosh. There's a lot though. I mean, but I'm super excited for you guys to see when I when I was trying to get, to get up. Then Terrence was trying to pull me up,
Yeah.
and he was this close to me. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe we're gonna sleep.
What's
Maybe
gonna happen? We'll find
I don't know.
out.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
I'm
I will
just
say it could go either way based on the movie because that scene, the wall scene that we talked about a little earlier, I think everybody kind of expected that to go in a specific direction. And then I actually texted Beth Ann when I was watching it. I was like, this movie is peak comedy because that's when Gav and Cairo walk in and they're like, what's going on here? So, like, I will say that scene could go either way. I guess we'll find out.
hmm that's the scene. Maybe we were trying to, because surprisingly, when we were shooting on set, Direct June Lan posted something on Twitter. It's a teaser, a picture of me and Terrence, this close. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet,
Yeah.
but that's the scene. What I'm trying to talk about in the trailer. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay, we're not gonna make you. We're not gonna make you. We'll wrap it up. This has been Series Sunday. It's been super fun. Our first guest on Series Sunday ever. Normally it's just the two of us because honestly, we're usually scared to talk about the work with somebody that was in the work. But I think that this was super fun.
I had so much fun, and yeah. First of all, I want to say thank you for inviting me here. It's an honor, and I hope to be back soon. And of course, I can't wait for you guys to, I hope we meet each other in person, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'm praying that everyone, stay safe and just take care. That's the only thing that I wanna tell you guys is stay safe and take care all the time. And thank you, and this thank yous.
Thank you.
So-
So where can fans follow you on social media?
They can follow me on Twitter. It's Miggy Jimenez. Just put 23. So Miggy Jimenez 23. And my Instagram is Miggy Jimenez. And I'll see you guys there.
Awesome.
That's
the
where we
love,
want
guys.
people to go.
Yes.
And so this has been Let's Talk BL. Don't forget to follow on Spotify, follow, rate, review, all the fun stuff on Apple Podcasts, on Google Podcasts, wherever you are listening to your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube, and you can find us on social media at Let's Talk BL. We will see you next time.
All
Bye,
the love.
guys.